I believe excess amount of salt and oil in people's diet is the main reason we are currently facing an obesity epidemic. And while many believe that eating salt and oil is healthy, especially the healthy oils like olive oil and the sea salt, I personally have found for myself that I feel my absolute best. I'm at my leanest, I'm at my fittest, and I'm at my sharpest in my head when I don't consume oil, when I don't consume table salt or any inorganic salt, like even sea salt and Himalayan salt. And today I wanted to share a little bit why exactly that is that I have cut them out and what the scientific reason behind, at least my explanation behind why I feel better not consuming it is. So let's start with the oil. The first one, actually not including my health, why I don't consume oil, is less cleanup time. When I used to cook with oil back in the days, it would always just be such a drag to clean the cutlery, the plates, the pans, everything. You need so much dishwashing soap and it's just a drag to clean. And since I cut the oil, cleaning up is just so easy and I love it. But when it comes to my body, I've also found that I digest the food I eat way better if I eat it without oil. Another reason is that for me, oil personally, it's just empty calories. It's super high calorie density. It doesn't have any nutrients and it doesn't really satiate us. What really satiates us is the fiber and the nutrients in the foods we eat, and of course the carbohydrates, which fills up our glycogen stores and makes us feel energized. Whereas oil, me personally, it just drags me down, it makes me feel heavy. And then also for me, it has become a lot easier to lose weight on a diet that doesn't contain any oil, because it's obviously much easier to not overeat on calories when you're not eating empty calories from oil and other really high calorie density foods. I would even go as far as to say if you would eat primarily bread and dates and you're not like super active exercising 5 hours a day, then that could also lead to some weight issues. So for me personally, it's the easiest to lose weight on a diet high in high water content foods, fruits and vegetables, and carbohydrates, and pretty low in fat. It's not that I don't eat any overt fats at all, like avocados, nuts, and seeds, but I rarely eat them. Like if I eat them, then maybe like twice a week or 3 times a week, I'll eat an avocado or some hemp seeds in my dressing. But I'm getting all my fat from the plants I eat, because fruits and vegetables already naturally contain fat. And that's where I get my omega-3, my omega-6 from, is from an abundance of fruits and vegetables. The last and probably main reason why I cut out oil from my diet is because when I eat oil the next day, the oil is still inside my bloodstream. So when I then go on to my breakfast, which I'm having fruit for breakfast every single day, and when I then have the fruit in the morning, my body cannot actually absorb the sugar into the bloodstream, into the cells, because the fat literally clogs itself around the cells so that the sugar can't enter the cell. And once we cut out the oil, we cut out the fat, then the sugar can easily enter the cell. We feel energized, we feel fueled up, and we're not struggling with any blood sugar problems whatsoever. And that's pretty much the main reason why I cut it out, because that way I'm feeling energized, I'm feeling fueled up by eating, and not like I need to take rest because I'm digesting something, I just ate something, so I need to rest. So those are the main reasons when it comes to oil. When it comes to salt, that's a whole different story. So we definitely do need, same as we do need fat in our diet, 100%, which is naturally contained in fruits and vegetables and plants. We also do need sodium in our diet. And that also we can find in abundance, especially in vegetables. That's why I personally believe a 100% fruitarian diet, where we're just eating fruit, no vegetables and no greens. I personally don't think it's the best. I've tried it myself and I always felt myself craving something in the evening. Whereas if I also include greens into my diet, then I don't need anything heavy, anything dense, because I feel like the greens add in that sodium that we need in our body, especially if we're sweating and we're exercising and we're pumping our lymphatic system. So sodium we definitely need, but again, it is contained abundantly in vegetables, especially in greens, but also in fruits and plants. And I have found that the less salt I consume, the less water I also retain, the leaner again I look, and I feel more sharp in my head when I've had salt. And then the next day I can always feel like, it almost feels like a little bit dizzy in the head, a little bit like I get a little bit of a headache and feel a bit dehydrated just in my body in general. Whereas if I don't have any salt at all, I'm just like ready to go. I feel super sharp in my head. So that's why I really, really love not adding any salt. And if you want a ton of salt and oil-free recipes, then also make sure to click the link down below. And one last thing I want to say, the reason why salt can be so damaging is because it's literally an inorganic mineral that our body doesn't know what to do with. It doesn't know how to deal with the salt. So when we then consume it, our body needs to retain water with that salt. That's why we look puffy when we have consumed a lot of salt. So the body then puts almost this layer of water around the salt to protect the salt from actually entering the tissue of our body. Whereas if we consume organic sodium, organic minerals, so table salt, inorganic minerals, and normal sodium, for example, from vegetables is organic minerals. Or in celery, there's organic minerals in it. Or tomatoes and celery are known to be pretty high in sodium. So there we're getting the organic minerals, and those are way easier for our body to deal with. It doesn't need to protect itself from these organic minerals, so it can just let them into our body without needing that protective layer of water around us, so we don't look puffy the next day. So those were all my reasons. If you want to know what a salt and oil-free day of eating looks like for me, then definitely make sure to check out my What I Eat in a Day playlist, and I hope you have an awesome day.